Hello, I'm back again. Today I'm gonna ask you a quick question. And the question is being a sloppy guitar player a bad thing? Now, the first time I heard a guitar player being called sloppy was Jimmy Page. And that was probably the strangest thing I had heard at the time, whenever that was, that someone as revered as Jimmy Page with records like the Houses of the Holy and Physical Graffiti, someone who could come up with all that material could be considered sloppy, and why he was considered sloppy. Now, the reasoning I heard for that was that he was not a great live player. Now, from what I understand, Page did not play a lot, did not play to exactly to the record. I guess he kind of played more on how he felt that night, which he was either doing something. He was either good enough that you can get the song remains the same record, or he just sounded like shit. I think '79 when he was high on heroin nonstop. I guess that was considered the sloppiness, which I wouldn't mind being considered. I wouldn't mind being compared to a sloppy Jimmy Page, but that would never happen. Anyway, so Page being considered a sloppy guitar player is very interesting to me. I also heard Slash and Ace Frehley being considered sloppy guitar players, or being called sloppy guitar players, and I wondered why. What could the reasoning be? And the understanding that I have is that a lot of it has to do with their ability to play live, or maybe I should say their inability to play live, that they're considered sloppy. Now, I've seen Slash live once with Guns N' Roses in 2021, and I've been to about 7 or 8 concerts at this point in my life, and I think Slash was the most on point guitar player that I've ever seen. The man did not miss note. He missed one note that I could tell. He missed one. That's not including like Chinese Democracy, um, or I Want to Be Your Dog. Because it's different stuff for him. But the man did not miss a note. Now I don't know how Ace Frehley plays live. I've never seen him live. I've never seen Jimmy Page live, which I consider to be a great travesty. Um, but I've wondered why people consider these guitar players sloppy, and how they're. I guess I never really considered them sloppy when I saw the videos. I considered it more to be like an improvisational thing. They were kind of just going off the, I guess, off the song, if you want to call it that, just doing their thing. But I didn't think it took away from the song. I felt it enhanced it. That kind of the danger of it, if you want to call it that, the rock and roll danger feeling that you get when you just go off the song and start just wailing on the guitar, just doing whatever the fuck you want. That didn't seem sloppy to me. Sloppy would be more like the Sex Pistols. Sid Vicious not being able to play bass. That's sloppy. Lip syncing, that's sloppy. You know, Sloppy is just not being able to do your job and having to have someone to cover your ass. Those guys didn't have their asses covered. Those guys were on point. They were prepared and they knew what they were doing, what they had to do. I guess sloppy is just another way people say improvisational, or maybe just not those guitar players not living up to the standards that other people have put on them, despite the fact that it's a live show. Anything can happen at a live show. I got into a fight with the security guard at the Guns N' Roses show. That was something, you know. But anything could happen, you know. Anything could happen at a live show. And one of the things I would expect live shows for the band to be different from the studio record. Not necessarily missing all the notes and just being sloppy, but adding the element that I'm not expecting. Be it improvisation, or if you want to talk Kiss for a second, smoke bombs, flying drum kits, fireballs and shit. Just expect it to be different, expect it to be more because it's not a record. They're live. They have to do more than the studio record. Imagine if Led Zeppelin just played the songs straight off the record and how boring that would be. Just to see them and not get anything exciting out of it. Now I know that it's Led Zeppelin. They're one of the greatest rock and roll bands ever, but it should be different to a degree. Not different bad, but different good, different interesting. Exploring new territory. What better way to do it than live, right? It's not necessarily sloppy to go off the book a little bit. It would be sloppy if Page tried to play a solo and just didn't know what the fuck to do. You ever seen that Nick Jonas video where he just starts fucking up the guitar solo and whatever song it was that he was doing? That would be sloppy. Just missing all the notes and not be able to do your job. That's what I would consider sloppy. Sloppy isn't Page going off the book a little bit and just doing his thing. That's just a completely different skill. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Is it bad to be a sloppy guitar player? Depending on your depending on your definition of sloppy, I would say no. If your definition of sloppy is Jimmy Page, that's a resounding no. I would rather be called sloppy than Nick Jonas. That would be fucking nuts. But yeah, yeah, that's about it, pretty much. See ya.